Yes, good morning, everyone. So, last class we did with the concept of login operation in this case. Like when the user registers, we will be providing the username, that is a mobile number in this, and then we have given a password during the user registration. And based on that, we performed the login operation in the yesterday's class in this case. So, today's class we will be concentrating on the one more feature in this, that is, we want to have a one more fixed login operation, or there are many other operations like uh, there will be multiple users in the application. Like you will be having a administrator. College, if I take an example of college, we have faculties, we have administrator, we have principal, we have students. So there will be different types of users in a particular software. So don't think that only one type of user will be there. So what to do if that is a case? Say today's class, what I will do is I'll add a one more operator in this, one more user in this case. That is a operator. Okay. So how to give a login for the operator as well as the student is what we have to see in the today's class. That is multiple users bandaga, when we have a multiple users in this case, how to create an application for that. Say one simple example I will show. One of our live customer in this case. Say this is the customer login. So we have multiple users in this case. So multiple users one that we have a select tag something like this. So here we select the type of user, and then we enter their mobile number and we enter the password. Then we click on the sign in. The user logs in. Say example, this is for accountant, I guess. Yes. So once I log in, it will show me the dashboard in this. But at the same time, if I want to log in with another user, I have that option also. So I'll take, we have administrator, and it is their mobile number password. So this is a different user interface. So like this, if I want to have multiple logins, multiple user logins, how we have to develop a code for that. That is what we will be concentrating in the today's class in this case. Okay. So for that, the first thing what we have to do, let us run the yesterday's application. CDMCA is the name of the project folder that we have created. Python manage.py to make migrations. No changes detected. Then we will use the migrate, and then we execute the run server. Of course, we have not made any changes in the models.py, so we can use this application in this case. Okay. So now the first thing that I have to do is open the login page. Now, since yesterday we did for the login as a student, we had only one login in this case. So now you can make use of this same application. Let me run the application also in this. So open the browser, type it as localhost colon 8000 slash student login. Okay. So now here I want a select tag above this in this case. So select tag with the different roles in this. So let me open that student login page. And on the top, now thing is division tag, again you should not sit and write. Okay. On the error sarthi, when you are doing the registration page and all, write it once. After that, learn to copy paste, that will save the time. And that will have the uniformity in this. Then I have user type as an option, because every project that I'm creating for you people will be having at least two logins in this case. One will be obviously the administrator, and second will be the user or customer or patient, whatever project you have in this case. Okay, so that time I'll make use of the user type, and here I will make use of the select tag in this case. Select tag followed by name is equal to, I will use same user type, and it is a compulsory field, so required. Then class equal to form hyphen select. Inside this, I'll use the option tag. In the option tag, select user role, or even you can give it as user role in this case. You can use whichever text you want. So user role. Now you inside this, I have the different types of users. So I'll keep it in options. Say first, usually we keep it in a ascending order in this. We have administrator, then we have the operator, then we have the student. Okay. So we have three options in this. First one, give the value as empty. Second, you can keep the value as 1 for administrator, then value 2 for operator, and value 3 for student in this. Because I don't want to compare when I'm performing a login operation, I don't want to compare this complete string. Instead of that, I can just compare a individual number in this case, which will be more easy for us in this case. So now let us save the application and then we will refresh the web page. Save and refresh the web page. So now we have the user role, and of course I need to change the autofocus to the first tag in this. So remove that autofocus on from the mobile and put it in the focus on. So the page will be focused on this. Now, if we have a student, yes, we have done the login operation in this and it will work fine in this case. So let us make a small change in the coding page in this case. So let me open the coding page. So in the coding page, I'll open the views.py and here, now inside this, I have to take the user type in this case. So what I will do is, first you will say user role is equal to request dot post square bracket open close user role. Remember, this name should be exactly same what you have given in the select tag name property in this case. Okay, so I have taken the same thing in this. Now convert this to integer here itself. So int of convert. Now next is we have written a code for the login operation, that is login operation of the student in this. So what I have to do is use a very simple condition, that is if user role double equal to 3 is for the student in this case. So when I retrieve, if I when I have told that request dot post user role, in that case the 3 will be stored. I mean 3 will be copied in this case in this particular variable. So that I am converting it into integer. I am putting it inside the user role. So what I will do, you can start with 1. We have for the work for the administrator. So I'll keep it pass for the time being. I'll write the code later in this. Else if, that is elif user role double equal to 2. That is for the operator. For the time being, I'll keep it as pass. And the third operation, that is elif user role double equal to 3. In that case, I will tell perform the login operation. So understand this, very simple. If I have retrieved the user role 1, a user role inside a variable in this case. If it is 1, I have to write a login code for the administrator. If the user role is 2, then we write a login code for the operator in this case. If the user role is 3, then you perform the login for the user in this. Sir, code what I have to write? Very simple, copy paste the same code in this case. Only thing that changes is the name of the model. That's it. Say in the first case for administrator, I will create admin data. For the operator, I'll create operator data. And of course, for these we have to create the models. We have to create a model. We have to create a register page for them, and then we can perform the same operation. Now suppose if it is an administrator in this case, I will say admin home. Okay, redirect to admin home. Next, if it is a operator, I will say operator home. Okay, and the same way if it is student, it will go to student home. And since we had created a function called student home, same way we have to create a page for the admin home in this case. So we have a admin home, and here also it is admin home. The same way I need to have for the operator in this case. So we make a function, that is operator home, copy this operator home, paste. And as I told you, you have created a function. Whenever you create a function, make sure that it is there in the urls.py. Okay. And you have created a HTML page operator home means in templates folder, you should create the HTML file in this case. So just nothing, just a blank page we will be creating for the time being in this. Say like student home, I have two more pages in this case. One is for the admin home and another I will create for operator home. And whenever we create a home page, as I told you, a HTML page is created means you have to create a path for them. And already we have created the function. So we have created a student home, just copy paste it. Here it is, admin home, the same thing, copy paste. Then we have the operator home, copy paste it. Yes. So for different HTML pages, we have created multiple HTML pages. We have created different functions for that, and now we have created a path for that. Now, generally, one method which we generally don't prefer in this case is we fix the administrator ID and password. Okay, so I need not create a model for that to perform the login operation. So, in such case, what I can do is very simple. I will say if the user role is double equal to 1, I'll put a condition that is if request dot post of square bracket, that is the mobile number, double equal to, I'll fix a mobile number in that case. That is whoever enters a mobile number 98765432210 and he enters the same password, that is request dot post. Inside this password, click on double quotation and I want the password to be as admin123. Okay, so whoever enters the mobile number that is 98765432210 and password is admin123 or admin at 123, whatever you want, it should go to admin homepage. Okay, so here three conditions. The first condition is user role should be 1, mobile number should be 98765432210 and password should be admin123. In that case, it should go to admin home. So in that case, I need not create an object model for this. I need not create a web page for this. All these things can be skipped in this case. For your academic project, this is fine for us because it's not compulsory that we have to create a login page or models for the administrator. Of course, yes, operators we have to create in this case. So this we will use it later on. So for the time being, I'll comment this entire thing. I'll comment this entire thing and then put a pass. Pass means just don't perform any operation. That's the meaning of putting a pass keyword in this case. But anyway, now that we have administrator work in this case, the administrator can log in and the student can also log in this. So like this, there are multiple applications. Like sometimes what happens is one particular project has n number of users or say 5 or 6 users. So in such case, you have to create so many if else conditions and so many options must be given in the user role page in this case. Okay, so that is a point in this. Now coming to the next one. So after this, so this is how we have performed the login operation. Anyway, student login will perform as it is what we had done in the yesterday's class. So we'll just check with those. Student, I'll enter his mobile number, probably it was 99845356246. So it went to the student home in this case. The same way, if I want to go to administrator now, so I'll enter, select administrator. Now here for administrator, we have a fixed ID and password. So I'll enter the fixed ID and password in this. That is 98765432210 and password is admin123. So now you can see, of course, the message I have not changed here. You can see it is in the admin home. Just change the title and content because I had just copy pasted that content in the admin home. I'll change it here. So you call it as admin home. Welcome to admin home. Save and refresh. So now you can see the admin login in this case. Okay. Now this is how we perform the multiple login operations using the same login page. So you need not create a separate login page for each user role in this. So in one page only we can perform this operation in this case. Of course, there are many other ways how this can be performed, because it's not that only one feature that we use in this. There are multiple features. There are many different ways how we can implement this option in this case. So this is one of the feature that we use. You can just write down this login code for this case. Yes, write down this complete login page of the application. Though we have given it as student login, it will be a login operation. Can make the changes if required. So we will call it as, instead of student login, I'll make it as user login in this case. Okay. The same way in the URLs also we have to change. Instead of student login, I'm making it as user login, user login, user login, and even the HTML file has to be created with the same features, user login.html. Okay, so this is a user login.html. So you can write down the function starting from line number 19 to line number 44. Okay. To start with the change password in this, as usual, the user has to log in first. That is most important. And after the user logs in, he will be given with the option to change the password. So for that, we have to create a change password page in this case. So let us create one new HTML page. One more new HTML page. Give the name as change password.html. And click on this. So again, as I told you, copy paste the things from the register page. That will save your time. It will create a uniformity. Everything will work in this case. So I'll just take the register page, copy the content, put it in the change password, modify from here in this case. So first thing is start with the title tag, that is change password as a title. Copy the same title, paste it in the next line. Now, for change password, we have to take the what is his current password and what is the new password he wants, and we should take the new password second time, saying that it is a confirm password, confirm new password in this. So these are the three fields that should be there inside the change password page, along with the submit button in this case. So three password tags, one submit and one cancel. Let me remove the remaining from here. I don't want the mobile number, name I don't want. I don't want mobile number. I don't want even the email ID. I don't want the designation, the course, and yes, I want current password in this. So I made a change. Same thing will change the name property, current password. Now I have seen many students getting confused here. So when I give the name as password, here the type is password. And when I change this to current password, most of the students make a change here also, putting it as current password, which is wrong. Remember, type should always be password. Name only you should change in this case. And I'll change the placeholder, say enter current password. And this after the password, I don't need the project title also in this. So remove that, save. And we need two more change password fields in this case. Like I told you, one for the new password. So I'll put new password, change the name also, new password, change the placeholder, new password. The same way, after the new password, it is confirm new password. I've taken a label. Same thing here, confirm new password. And for the placeholder, you can say, don't give enter, you can say confirm new password. So this is a form that we have created where I'm taking the current password, we are taking the new password and the confirm new password. and in the submit input type submit, I will put the value property as change password, and then reset will remain as it is and save the form in this case. So as you know, once we have created a HTML file, the next thing is we have to go to urls.py, add a urls.py in this case. So add a one more path, make this as change password, views.change password, name is equal to change password. So as you know, once we have created a URLs path in this case, immediately you should go to views.py and create a one more new function here. So let me create a new function in this def change password request parameter colon, inside this we use a msg variable as usual, and then return render open close request comma change password dot html and comma inside the flower brackets dictionary variable we create a key value pair, that is msg in this case. So that is just to execute the page and see how it looks. So save this, and now you can run the application with a one more link here, that is change password. Click on this. Now it is showing me the change password. Of course it is showing in the same line because we have not used the offset, so we can use the offset to put it one below the other. In this we can do that because there is sufficient space for the design. So what I will do is I will use offset for all, that is offset hyphen lg hyphen 4, because if it's a small screen or a medium screen, that should be in the single line. In this case, since it is a large screen, I want each field in the separate line in this case. So for that I'm saying offset means push the the tags 4 units towards right, so automatically it will come one below the other in this case. Now the cursor should focus on the change password first tag in this. So cursor should focus on the change password, that is autofocus equal to on. So cursor will be blinking in the first text box. So we have now created the page. The next thing that we have to do is we have to access these variables in the views.py when the change password button is clicked. Okay, so go to views.py. In the views.py, I will write if request dot method double equal to colon, inside this retrieve all those three text box values in this case, that is current password is equal to request dot post square bracket open close, copy the first value, the name property in this. The same way we have to take two more fields, that is current password, then it is new password, then we have confirm new password. Okay, copy paste those names in this, that is take the new password, paste it, then we take the confirm new password, paste it. So we have brought all the three values that is entered by the user from the HTML page to the views.py. Now what I have to do, now let us assume that it is for the student itself. Okay, so for the student we are changing the password. In that case we have to modify the data in the student data. Okay, so how to do that? First thing, before modifying the data, we should make sure that new password and confirm new password should be same. Okay, so for that I'll put one condition, that is if new password not equal to confirm new password. Okay, if both are different, in that case I will put a message to the user saying new password new and confirm new passwords must match. This is one condition compulsory we have to check in this case. Suppose if the password and confirm new password both are same, then there is no issue. Okay, then we come to the else part. In the else part we have to check whether the current password that he has entered is similar to what he had entered during the register page. So when we are registering the application, at that time, if there is a the password, the current password what he has typed is similar to what he had done given during the registration. So that confirmation has to be done in this case. How to do that? Very simple. It is if student data dot objects dot filter, inside this we say password equal to the current password. Okay, if the password is similar to what he has entered in the current password dot exists. But the problem here with this statement is that you are only comparing the password. Now what happens is there are many possibilities where the password that you have kept can be similar to another person's password. So you can't change the data only based on the password in this. We did the same thing in the delete operation. I told you whenever you want to delete a data, the data should not be deleted based on the name, because the name may repeat with somebody else in this case. So in such case, the data must always be deleted based on the unique value of that particular user. And for that, generally, we take whatever the ID or the login ID which he has given in this case. So when he had logged in, we had entered his mobile number and password, and I told you mobile number should be unique in every case. So such case, when you want to modify the password, it is compulsory that you should compare even the mobile number along with the current password. But the problem is we don't take the mobile number in this form. Okay, so then how to make the modification? Very simple. When you are performing the login operation, he had entered the mobile number. So let us go to the login operation here. So in the login operation, you can see when the student logged in, he had entered his mobile number in this case. So this mobile number should be accessed by the change password function. But the point is uh, the mobile number cannot be passed to him directly in this case. So what we have to do is to exchange the data between one function to another function in the views.py. These data must be stored inside one special variable which we call it as the session variables. That is request.session. Inside this, give whatever name you want. So I'll give it as mobile number. Because I'm storing the mobile number, I'll give it as mobile number and paste the value. So remember, request.post of mobile number is a mobile number that was entered by the user in the front end page. And that data is now stored inside the session variable. So in the session variable, the mobile number will be stored. Once the data is stored in the session variables, these values can also be accessed by the other functions in the program in this case. So this value, I can take it in the change password. So what I will do here is student data, I'll put a one more condition, that is mobile number is equal to request.session of mobile number. So now what happens? The password is matched with the mobile number, and if both are same, only in that case he will come inside this condition. That is, if the mobile number and password is correct, then he will come inside the student data object. Inside this, now you can modify the data. How to modify? Very simple. Copy paste the same line. Dot update. Use a function by name update, and inside this I want to change the password. So what I will say, password is equal to new password. That's it. So update function will modify the data by putting whatever the new password that you have entered inside the password variable of the student data in this case. So now the password is changed. That's it. Give a message to the user saying password changed. Now suppose if the user has entered a wrong current password, this condition will fail. Because, sir, what is the chance of mobile number being wrong? 100% it won't be, because if you have logged in means the mobile number is correct. The only chance where the mistake can happen is the password, that is the current password. So what we do is, if this condition fails, that means only one thing, that is the password, the current password that he has entered is wrong. Give the message to the user, that is invalid current password. So there are many conditions that we have to check in this case. The first condition, you have to check whether the confirm password and new password are same or not. If it is same, then we check whether the current password that he has entered is similar to the password that is there inside the student data model in this case. If that is right, change the password. Otherwise, you should give a message to the user saying invalid current password in this. Okay, so save the application now. After saving the application, let us run the application now. Okay, let me run the change password, refresh. So when I enter the change password page, the current password I will give a whatever the password I give here. I will make sure that the new password and confirm new password are different. So it should show me an error in this case, that is change password. It says confirm and confirm new passwords must match. I forgot to put the message there as must match. Okay, save this, run the program, and you can refresh it. It's showing new and confirm new password must match. Now suppose I have entered a wrong current password, but new passwords are same. That is 123. I will give 123. So new password and confirm new password is matching, but the current password I have given wrong. When I click on change password, it will throw an error. Then this was an intentionally brought error in this case. Now why is this error? The error is, he says you don't have something called as mobile number. That is, he says key error. That is very important. Now, if you scroll down, he says the problem is in this place where you have written mobile number is equal to request dot session of mobile number. Remember, the mobile number he is referring on the top is this, what I have given in the double quotation, because this mobile number is there in the student data. The problem is it is not there in the request dot session of mobile number. So what we have to do for this? Why is this error? This error is because he is not able to find this request dot session mobile number. There is no value inside this variable. Sir, you have stored that value in the login page. Yes. Once we have to store that in the login page. We did that also in this case. But after storing the value, we did not log in. I was already in the change password page. Hence, the mobile number was added recently. The session the mobile number was added recently. It was not executed. So you don't have this session variable yet. So for this reason, you have to log in again. Just type here as login. Sorry, it is user login. So once I do the user login, I have to enter the user login field in this case. So now I will I'll select the student role. Then I have entered the mobile number and password. Click on login. Now the user has logged in. Since now I have logged in, the session variable has been set in this case. Okay, because the session, until unless the session variable is set, you cannot use it, and it is set only in the login page in this case. So compulsory have to execute that login page, and until unless the browser is open, the session variable will be active. If I close the browser and open one more browser, the session will be deleted automatically. Okay, so it's just like a temporary variable, but yes, until the browser is open or browser is not closed, the data in that session will be as it is in this case. Okay, so now let us go to the change password. How to go to the change password? Very simple. Either you can type a URL or you can create an anchor tag here. So what I will do is, in the student home, open the student home, student home, and here I will just use one href is equal to change password, close of this, and change password, save, and refresh the web page in this. Now click on this. it goes to the change password. Now let me enter a wrong password. New password and confirm new password is same. Click on change. It says invalid current password. Now let me enter a valid current password in this case. Now enter the new password again 2 times. Click on change password. It says password changed. That means the password has been modified successfully in this case. Sir, how can you say that it has been modified successfully? Very simple, we'll go to the login page. That is user login. And here I will enter the select role as student. My mobile number in this case 9845356. Password was Vivek. Clicked on login. It says invalid mobile number or password. Again select the option student. Enter your mobile number 9845356. The current password will give 123. Click on login. It was 123 I guess. 9845356 Password is 123. Click on login. It comes to the login page. The home page in this case. So now successfully the mobile number the password has been modified in this case. Okay, so a slight conditions, there are more conditions that we have to check when we are making the changes in the password in this, and this is how the change password code looks like. Okay, a very simple operation. We have to check few conditions to perform the operation in this case. Okay, so this is the work. I mean, this is a code that we have for the change password. You can write down, it is from line number 5 to line number 21. Okay, I'll just mute it so I can continue.